Hello, Dragon Ball fans, and welcome back to another fantasy fight. I am your host, Gunchpot, and last week on stream, I was doing some live fantasy fights, and somebody suggested MrSatan versus perfectcell, and I thought, hey, why not? We just did MrSatan in a fight last week, and even though he lost, I like to think that MrSatan took this opportunity to go and train, and he's supposedly beaten Cell once already, so why not let him try again? I have souped up MrSatan's kit due to his training, so he should actually stand a chance against perfectcell. But folks, before we get into the fight breakdown, I just have to say, though Season 2 of Fantasy Fight is coming to an end here at the end of March, the Daima DLC for Sparking Zero should be dropping very soon. And even though Season 2 is officially ending, I'm gonna keep running some of these Daima fantasy fights in our Season 1 format once the season ends, because I'm super excited for some of these Daima what-if battles that we're going to be creating here in Fantasy Fight. So with all that out of the way, let's get into this fight breakdown. Starting off with MrSatan, again, he is the world champion, and we did just see him last week, but we're gonna run down his skills and abilities real quick anyway. First up, he's got False Courage as well as Royal Raiment. And then he has his signature Dynamite Kick and his tricky Present Bomb. And once again, he can call in those reinforcements with Mr. Boo Arrives. Now, Cell is an interesting character, one that we've actually seen very little of here in Fantasy Fight. We have seen his counterpart Cell Max quite recently, but as far as old school perfectcell, I mean, it's been a while. Now, this is perfectcell, which is the form of Cell after he blows himself up, taking Goku and King Kai's planet with him. So this is the strongest version of Cell. Let's see what he's working with. perfectcell has the iconic instant transmission as well as the wild sense. As well, he has the perfect beam and the perfect rush. And lastly, he has his ultimate that he tried to wipe out the planet with, Solar Kamehameha. And folks, we cannot get into this fight without giving my prediction first. I rooted for MrSatan last time and I was let down. And even though this time he is coming in with some new skills, some added strength, I don't know, I just don't think it's gonna be enough. So I think that this fight is gonna go to perfectcell. And with that, folks, it is time to get into this battle. All right, folks, I hope you're ready for MrSatan versus perfectcell.
No, my stomach cramps are acting up again. Oh, I'll make your pain go away.
This is not a fight that MrSatan wants to take. All right, let's begin. Some perceptions coming out right away. MrSatan trying to deal some damage, but it is just not working. The perfect beam is going to come out, and that's going to connect, immediately putting MrSatan down a health bar and a half. Another perfect beam is coming out. He is going for the Royal Raiment, which is giving him a bunch of buffs, but now he is down to 1.5 health bars left. He goes for the Present Bomb, but I don't think this is going to connect. It does not. MrSatan, with all of his hard work, is still relying on some of these old tricks, but a nice perception comes out. Another perfect beam. Cell is just spamming these finger beams, but MrSatan has that extra defense from the Royal Raiment. It doesn't actually do a ton of damage. He gets the Present Bomb off. This is going to deal a lot of damage to Cell. Almost a full health bar. Looks like he's going to try to take this fight, but I don't know. It looks like both of these fighters are just spamming these specials, and that one connects as well. I'm surprised Cell didn't see that coming the second time. All right, they are both beaming each other down. Another set of skills is going to come out from MrSatan. And once again, we are going for this present attack, and that is once again going to connect, which is going to put them at just about the same amount of HP. It is putting them at just about the same HP. Cell is just letting MrSatan get these off. The instant transmission comes out. Cell gets behind. A nice little follow-up from that attack is going to keep Cell in the lead here, but if MrSatan gets that Present Bomb off, it's going to be nasty, and he hits that Sonic Sway. Let's see what they decide to do now. Cell now wanting to stay in close, not letting MrSatan charge up, and now MrSatan is on his last health bar, but a nice little backflip sidestep from Satan. Goes absolutely crazy, even though he continues to get bodied in this fight. He's going to need to do something if he wants to win this fight. Cell going max power, and he's going for the Solar Kamehameha. He is pissed off that MrSatan has managed to actually do some damage, and that is going to connect, using his max power ability to obliterate the world champ.
What a shameful way to go out.
All right, you know what, folks? MrSatan lost that fight, but boy, did he force Cell to put in some work. I mean, he was just spamming those Present Bombs, but Cell kept falling for it. And he got to a certain point where he just said, I'm done, might as well just take the planet with me, and absolutely demolish MrSatan with that solar Kamehameha. But with that, folks, that's going to bring us to the end of this fantasy fight. If you enjoyed this battle, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps me out a lot. But I have been Gunchpot. This has been Fantasy Fight. Thank you everybody again so much for watching. And of course, as always, see you next time.